Greetings, welcome to this week's Sex Clinic and the associated Sexual Health Hub. I'm Matt Valentine-Chase. You can find me at sexcoaching.london. I do hope you're all happy and healthy today. We have one question in the Sex Clinic, and for Sexual Health Hub, I'm going to be just waffling. So we'll see how it goes. Sex Clinic this week, the question is, I've been with my girlfriend for Sorry, it's not funny. I'm so sorry. I laugh inappropriately. It's not funny. I've been with my girlfriend for 6 months and I can't for love nor money, that's why I was laughing, I can't for love nor money find her fucking G-spot. Please help me. That's the question. I have no more information to go on. So I'm only going to have to assume that there's not been a great deal of communication going on, okay? Because the G-spot for ladies it's different for everybody, but generally speaking, it's about 1 inch to 1.5 inches into the vagina. So you put your finger in, slide it round and forward until you reach the raised part that is roughly 50 pence, the size of a 50 pence piece if you are from the UK. So you just slide in and it's about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, but it does depend. It is different for different ladies. So communication is really important, okay? The obvious solution, if you can't find your partner's G-spot, is to ask them to find it, and then you shadow their finger with your finger, and then they take their finger away and you keep your finger there. It's actually quite easy. However, couple of things. Firstly, you need to know what to do with it once your finger's there. But secondly, we need to do that in the first place. And what I mean by that is, I've done it. I'm sure everybody watching has done it. I've been lying there with a partner or a one-night hookup, whatever, and they have been thinking that they're pleasuring me, and I just can't be asked to tell them that they're putting the finger in the wrong place. That's my problem, and that's my fault. That's not theirs, okay? Everybody's body is different. For some women, the G-spot doesn't actually work for them. For the majority, yes, but for some it actually doesn't, so you need to stimulate in different ways. Same thing with the clitoris. Most women, yeah, they will get off with clitoral stimulation, but not everybody. And everyone likes the finger in a different place. They like rotation. Some people prefer just dabbing. Whatever it is, it's different for everyone. So firstly, open up the verbal communication. Yeah, I know I'm not doing it for you. I'm getting really frustrated. This is another thing to tell you. When we get frustrated, it gets in the way of our kind of sexual energy and our emotional connection and flow. So we're not going to do things perhaps correctly that we would if we weren't getting so frustrated. Yeah. So even our mannerisms and the pressure, it might even be too hard because you're frustrated. So verbal communication first, get that off your chest, apologize actually and say, look, I'm really sorry. I'm clearly not doing it for you. How about you show me? If she's already shown you, ask her to show you again. Say, I'm not getting it. Show me again. Yeah. I'm not a great fan of getting a book on it. You may or may not have already done that. By all means do that, but personally I think experimentation is much, much better, actually, quite frankly. Get a book if you want to, read it together if you want to, if that works for you. But I would just open verbal communication, get those clothes off, explore each other's bodies, because your pleasure is important too, but then really make that particular session mainly about her. Right, come on, love, I'm really going to try and get you off, yeah? And keep trying in that way. Remember, frustration gets in your way, so get that out of your system first by having that verbal communication. See how you go with the shadowing her finger. Ask her whether she likes a lot of pressure or light pressure, whether she likes the dabbing, I call it dabbing, just tapping basically, or circular movements, or up and down, side to side, whatever it is, and keep doing it and watch her responses. And also ask her and say, I need you to open up a little bit more. Don't be so shy and tell me, no, actually that's not right, try it this way. Try that, see how you go, and then get back to me. If it doesn't work, fine, I'll try something else, okay? I hope that helps. And you're clearly from the northwest of England. Can't for love nor money. Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, Sexual Health Hub. Fantastic. Sexual Health Hub this week. We're doing a series on STI of the week. I'm having a break this week from that, so we'll return to that next week. But this week I want to talk about, I'm going to try and do it in 3 minutes. Physical health sexual health, mental health, okay? They're all linked. If you're off in one or more of those areas, it's going to impact on the others, okay? So if you are feeling depressed, for example, quite often, especially if it's clinical depression, sometimes we actually find touch quite difficult. Even though that's something that we actually probably really, really need, we can sometimes actually recoil from it. And what's going on there is quite complex, but it's your mood has dipped, there's a clinical depression, that actually affects physical sensation. So physical sensation can sometimes feel a little bit uncomfortable. That then triggers the emotional, mental health stuff. And we want to push that touch and affection away, when in actual fact we need to let it in, okay? Now I do know that's much easier said than done, but the only reason why I'm just covering that in Sexual Health Hub this week is because I want us all to just be mindful of that. I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again because I think it's great. I had a guy on Grindr a few months ago message me. We've been chatting for ages and I think we've hooked up a couple of times. He messaged me on Grindr and just said, "Hey dude, how's your mental health today?" And he wasn't being sarcastic, he was just genuinely saying, "How's your mental health?" Like, amazing, amazing. And then interestingly, the next time we hooked up, we didn't necessarily talk about mental health, but he said he'd been stressed, I said I'd been stressed. And that kind of gave us a bit of an opening to have different sex, because normally it's quite hardcore. But that was more affectionate, hugging, kissing, more making love really, because that's what we needed in that moment. And I'm convinced if he hadn't asked me about that and given us both permission to be mental health, yeah, everyone's got mental health, the sex probably wouldn't have been as good, yeah? Just pointing that out to you. And then the other thing is, of course, if you've got a physical health problem or a mental health problem that then can develop into a physical health problem, again, that can impact on the sex that we have. One more thing I want to say. If we have an STI, if our immune system is low, which can result in us catching an STI, etc., obviously that's also going to affect our sexual health because we need to take a break for a while whilst we're having treatment, yeah? But also it can affect our mental health, yeah? I had a chat a while ago with Sahara Knight on Belle Secrets. Go and have a look at that interview because it was fantastic. And she was saying, you know, I don't like the term clean. Yeah, you get your STI results and they're all clear, they're all negative. And sometimes we'll say, oh, I've got a clean bill of health, yeah? Or, oh, my STI results weren't clean, yeah? So there's really a deep psychological shame going on there if we get an STI or we're fearful that we'll get one. Of course, that's going to impact our sex lives. Just wanted to highlight that. No other reason, just need to be aware of it. We're human beings, and as such, we're quite complex. We're taking a lot into the bedroom, and it's all related. I hope that helped. Lots and lots of love. Just a little reminder, in celebration of our 100th show, which I think was last week, I'm offering packages with a massive 33% off. You must mention Belle Secrets when you book. Okay, and that's just until the end of April. And there's also a giveaway, which Christelle will tell you about. Lots of love. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye for now.